Oh my goodness. Mark would love you. He's got two, oh gosh, what did he call them? Mark, if you're watching this back, you need to let us know what the name of his dogs. Very similar, like a got that poodly sort of,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
So she's getting a bit
snickerdoodle or
too
something.
long haired, but she can't have a haircut for 6 months.
Oh,
So her hair's going in her eyes at the moment.
oh, she's just so beautiful. How old is she?
I think she's 5 months now, if I'm honest. So
Oh,
she's got a last puppy groom this week where she just has, her nails cut and stuff like that.
yeah.
And then next, I think it's November the 4th. No, December the 4th, she'll have a proper groom and she can be proper pampered.
That's awesome. Well, my pup at the moment, he's on the floor asleep. So you might hear him snore. He usually comes up and sits underneath my chair. And
Yeah.
it's like, I promise I'm not snoring. It's really bad manners, but it's him. But he's been quite vocal this afternoon, so hopefully he's just worn himself out and
Yeah.
we won't hear him. Well, you know
Okay.
what? It's 9:04. Shall we get started?
Yeah, let's go for it.
All
Okay.
right, awesome.
So, let's go straight into a screen recording. So if I share my screen, that should work.
Yeah.
Um, Share my screen, start broadcast, hopefully. Right, so I think I've already brought up Canva in the background, but if not, then you know what I'm doing.
Yep.
And we are recording. So can you see my
I
screen?
sure can. Yep.
Oh, okay. So we've got Canva up here. I don't know how much everybody knows about Canva, but basically it is an amazing tool just to make anything. So you've got, when you first open it, you've got all these different options that you can make. It's just brought into it the video aspect as well. So you can make there are videos all the time, and I can transfer some of my things into MPGs, but I think they're trying to update the video element to make it more in line with, say, Photoshop and Adobe kind of thing. So you've got different options that you can do. They've got templates and stuff. So here we can just make a normal Instagram post. We can pick it, or we can choose a template to work from. Okay, so I'm going to go into Instagram post. So here we can choose, like I said, different templates if we wanted to look for a certain brand, or we want to look for something that's quite trending. We can look at the style as well. So we've got lots of different style athletics, like the collage I sometimes like because of my junk journaling. That's nice to use for the scrapbooking kind of element. But you can choose your own ideas, obviously. Um, so then we can also start from scratch as well. So we've got the blank screen. So it will literally give you straight away the best resolutions for an Instagram post. So the recommended Instagram post, as you can see up here in the top, is 1080 by 1350 pixels. And it's just the best resolutions all round so that you get a really clear, crisp post when you actually put it on. So within here, we can still go back to templates. So we can look at different designs and again look at the styles and choose a style. But what I tend to do is I have a brand. So I've got 3 brands at the moment, brand kits. So I've got 2 for my 2 shops and then 1 for my skull community. So I'll go into my skull community. And in here, you can put in like your logo so that your logo's always there if you need it. Or you can go back to brand. Let's go. I can't remember why it's doing that. Hey ho. Right. So anyway, we can go into brand later again and see if it reverts. But say I wanted this in the middle, I just click on it and then I can move it into line. So I can make it even smaller if I wanted to on the paper, or I can make it big and just do a post on my logo. Okay, so then we can also change the colour of the background by just clicking on that colour wheel. Can you see I've got my brand colours set up? So again, I've got my 3 brands here, so I can choose which one I want to look at, and it will change the colours according to whatever my brand is. So I might stick with this one for now. And then on top of that, I can add some textures as well. So if I go into my elements, I could just type paper, and it would give me a paper texture. So then I can add that in on top if I wanted to, or I can make that into my whole background. Okay. Now, what I tend to do with the paper texture, though, is just make it change the opacity of it, so that then it kind of creates that paper effect, but you can still see my colour in the background. Yeah. So just say that much, it gives you that texture to it. And then, so that's there, that's sorted, and that's a layer within the post. So then I might add some extra elements like photographs, for example, or fonts. So if I go into my fonts, again, I've got my brand set up. So I've got my 3 brands. I can choose which brand I want to work on. And at the moment, I'm using, this is my heading, because it's just really clear. This particular font is really sort of modern font. It looks old fashioned, but it's a modern version of it. Okay, it's quite trending. That's what I'm trying to say. So you can play around with the headings. If we were writing a post on, let's just say 5 reasons. So 5 reasons why you should join. Okay, so there's my main title. I can play around with that. I'm just using my finger to move it about. Obviously, if you're on desktop, then that's just, with the mouse. And then if you see, you've got all these different things coming up. So this pink line is kind of like where your main sort of focus needs to be when we're creating a post, because the edge is just your border. Then you've got things like the middle line, so you can put it in the middle, or you can even put it down here in the middle, and you can see where the middle line is. If you're not quite sure, like sometimes on the iPad it's a little bit tricky to get it in that center line, so say you were a bit off, then you can go up here and click the position and center it this way, and it will automatically do it for you. And that's quite handy to have, because sometimes you can't always see where things are aligned. There's something just not quite right, but you align it with that. So then I might add an extra one in here. So we've got things like bullet points and numbers that we can add. We can change the spacing if we wanted to change the letter spacing to make it just a little bit easier to read. So I'm just trying to double click on that so that then I can change that text. There we go. So 5 reasons to join. So let's go. Okay, so I'll just do that one for now. But then, as you can see, that goes quite off the edge. So then I just grab this little button at the end and then just squidge it in so that I can change the alignment. Obviously, I feel like I'm teaching people that might already know all these things, but I'm just trying to cover all bases.
I've already learned something already. It's good.
Okay. So then again, if you wanted to, what a really handy tool in Canva as well is, like, say we were doing the 5, we can obviously change the font and everything, but we can also copy it. So we put it down here, you can see the lines so that I'm getting it lined up. And then what we'll do is, if I copy it again, it will automatically go underneath it. So it kind of like helps you to create. If you are a bit underlined or you're not sure which way it's going because of the number of letters, maybe the number of letters in your particular bullet point, then what you can do is you select multiple, select multiple, and it will bring up all of them. And then you can go up to position again, and you can just press tidy up, and it tidies it up for you.
Hmm.
Then we can group them together so that then we don't have to tidy them up and we know they're perfect. So we can put them in the middle again if we wanted to. So then we would need to add some sort of like border around the edges, some like interest around it. So say for example, this one is all about communication. We want to join because we want to learn things, etc., etc. Okay, so we can go into elements, and like I said, Canva has lots and lots of different things that we can look at in here. So we've got graphics that we can use if we wanted to talk about communication. We've got a watercolor vintage phone, or we can just go for a modern smartphone. Yeah. And if we go into the type that we want, because we're in graphics, it's come up as graphics. So if we go back here, we can go into smartphone, and then we can choose whether we want a graphic design or a more real design. Like, for example, one of these photos. So if we go into photos, we've got lots of different there. There's a good one. Okay, so maybe we want this photo, but we want the phone, but we don't want the background. So we're going to press this BG remover, which is background remover. Now, unfortunately, this is not on the free version of Canva.
Yep.
Yeah. So I'll show you how to do that in a minute on your own. But we've got a man holding a phone. And what I've noticed recently is that in Instagram, I'll just play around with these while I'm talking. In Instagram, we've got a lot of these posts with, like my about page, where we've got that white shadow around the edge of the object. So to create that, what we do is we go into edit and we go to shadow. Now, obviously, there's different kinds of shadows. So sometimes we can use this kind of shadow, like a drop shadow. I'll make it a bit bigger so that we can all see. Just move this about. Yeah, so can you see it's made like a drop shadow, so it looks like it's lifting off the paper. But we don't want that. We want a white shadow. So we're going to go back into edit, bring up the shadow. And then we're going to go outline. Now, as you can see, it's black. So we're going to change it to white by pressing this button. Tell me if I'm going too fast, by the way.
No, it's great.
And there we go. We've got a white shadow, just like in lots of Instagram posts at the
That's
moment.
fantastic.
Yeah.
And guys,
So then,
if you do feel like it is going through too fast, you can watch this back and just stop it and then just rewind it and then just watch it back again. But it's really good
yeah.
value.
And I think sometimes there is a button on most video recordings, Leanne, where you can change the speed as well.
That's right, you can too. Yeah.
Yeah. So so that's the basis of what Canva can do at the moment. I mean, there's loads more things. Like I've got things in here where I've got my projects, so I have it all lined up ready. And I bought something off Etsy the other day where I just wanted to make some Instagram posts. So then I can bring up a new page, and I've got some templates here that I bought. So then, or I got some freebies as well. So I've got these as freebies off Instagram. Then the faceless kind of era, people like the faceless. But then I can bring that up as a template that I've bought and I've got permission to use. And I can take this and I can move it back into my post.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, so I've got loads of them that I can just quickly move. I like the coffee ones sometimes, and the journals and things. And obviously I can change. That shadow looks quite thin, so I could go in and change the shadow on it. Okay, so now I'm going to go into sort of Midjourney. Now, unfortunately, again, Midjourney is paid, but there is a way around it. So I'll show you Midjourney first, and then I'll carry on. So I just did a quick prompt on Midjourney. So I did this one just this morning. So I've just put real photo because you have to tell Midjourney what the style is you want. So I put real photo, and then I've put a school rucksack because I was thinking busy mums. I wanted it in blue, but I want some nice splashes. I don't really want like a Nike logo because then I might be going into copyright, for example. But I just wanted some nice ones. So then I can all I literally do is type that in the top, and then I just press the little like plane button, the paper plane button, and it will literally generate 4 of them straight away for me.
Mm.
So it takes about maybe 10 seconds to do that, and I'll show you that in a second. But what I've actually done is you can see it doing its job.
Okay.
Yeah. Midjourney has lots of versions now, because obviously, if you can see down here, we've got version 7. Can you see how I've just added version 7 in there?
Yeah.
So version 7, I don't particularly like it, but it is more realistic, if that makes sense. Yeah. So it just depends on what kind of style you like, but I tend to change it into 6.1. If I go up here, there's loads and loads of different points, and you can look at all the different
Oh,
versions
wow.
and see what you can get. But that's just a basis to work on. So if I decided I wanted this one, for example, I just upscale it because we need it quite high resolution. So it will then come up in the main one as uploading, upscaling. And then I can choose it and I can download it. Now, if I go into my gallery here, which is where these like a grid kind of thing, I'm aware that when I'm pressing on buttons, you can't see my cursor move. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
But I've got lots and lots of different like images in here. I was playing around with a witch the other day for Halloween, obviously,
Oh, okay.
and I was messing around with the chaos factor, because you can like this one would be more my kind of
Yeah.
style with my
Right.
yeah with my junk journals. But then I thought, oh, I'll just mess around with the chaos factor, and I got it's lovely. Don't get me wrong, but it's
Oh,
just not my
wow.
style. Yeah. But yeah,
That's
so you
incredible.
can mess around with that. I mean, even this, like for a fashion business, maybe, yeah, you can use it. And it is really good. So now that I've upscaled my picture back in here, I've got this picture of my bag that I want to download, sorry. So I'm gonna go into the picture, I can download it here, and it will come up in my downloads.
Mhm.
So then I'm going to bring it up in my downloads, and I'm going to send it straight to Canva. Okay, so it shuts my original post down, the one that I was making for now.
Right.
I'm going to use in a new design for now because I want to change the backgrounds and things. So it'll bring up a new post. It's interesting. There we go. So now it is, if we look and we change the size and I change the background, you'll see that it's just got a white background. And we need to obviously take the background out like we did before. Now, there are programs online that would do that for you. You can get Pixel Cut for free. I think the free version will allow you to take the background out if you wanted to as well. But also what you need to do is make it like so then you want to save that into your file. You can touch it up as well. So if when it takes the background out, sometimes you get like a little white line around the edge. You can kind of see, no, that's part of the bag.
Yeah,
But
I
if you
know.
did get a white line, then you can press it again, press your background remover, and then you can use your pencil or your pen to rub things out,
Right, yeah.
or you can restore it as well. You have to be quite precise with the
Yeah.
restoring because obviously, yeah. Okay. Or if you just, sometimes you get little specks around the edge, if you've got a splash, and you might want to get rid of some of the specks. So you just press done and then it's done. Okay. So now I'm going to save that as, so that I know where it is. So I'm going to go back, and that should be saved in my main part. So if I go to home now, So here at the top, you can see I've got these two new posts. So I've got the bag and the heading. So the heading is the original post that we made because I didn't name it anything. So now I can go into my projects and I can bring up my bag and it will paste it there. Then I'm going to add my shadow. And there we go. I can put it in my post. Change the size. Don't know why it's got rid of my shadow for some reason. Just add it back in. Okay. So there's loads of different things that you can do with it. I could even go into my photographs on my camera reel. Sorry, this is Luke. My son has been making anime edits.
Okay.
But if I wanted to do like a picture of, say, I don't know, maybe the dog, and then add the dog in, or a picture of myself, or a faceless picture, I've got that option that I can use if I wanted to. So there's my dog, and I'm going to remove a background and add the shadow again. See if it picks up all the little curls. It's not done a bad job, to be fair, but you can always go into, the background remover and add things if you need to, if she looks a little bit dodgy or whatever. So here, this one that we made before, I might need to turn it around just to make it fit somewhere else and shrink it or what have you. Okay. And then the only other thing that I can think to show you as well is that sometimes you can have uploads. So when you upload, you can see I've got pictures of my products, pictures of me. So those are just sort of things that Canva has uploaded. So sometimes when I'm making my clip art, these are my clip art, these little girls playing, dancing. So I can literally take the whole lot out of my file and drag it into my upload file. So it's there ready to use. And straight away, it just comes up, remove the background. And there you go. Okay. Is there anything else you wanted me to go over, Leanne?
Yeah, I was just wondering, have you played with the new features with the AI create on the so just down the side, I think it's like if you go back to your elements,
Yeah.
yeah, and then going back up again where it says generate images.
Yeah. Right. Okay. Can I have a play with that?
Yeah, let's have a look. Oh, I don't know. I
So
think
if we just put in a sentence like, I don't know, let's say sandwich with white bread. Okay, now that's what it would come up with normally, but we want to use the generate. So sandwich. And then get rid of that. And then generate code.
Do you know how
That's
to use the
interesting.
code? I guess that would be good for if you were using code in your
Yeah, if you were using it, yeah. Let's stop it there for a second
yeah.
and see what the other one does, the video. Could actually show you that I'm mid-journey as well. But it's going to take ages, that, isn't it?
Yeah.
Let's leave it there for now and let it carry on, because
Yeah.
if we go if we go back into mid-journey,
Yeah.
I did a video a while ago. Let me just put it in cat. Right, so let's take one of these characters. This is my gingerbread clip
Very
art.
cute. Very cute cat.
So we've got a cat there, but we want to change it into a video. So if you look down at the bottom, it says animate. image. So we can press slow motion, we
Oh,
can press a
yes.
loop.
Yep.
Yeah, so we're going to do low motion and submit it. And then it does take a while because obviously it's animating it,
Yeah.
but it'll come up with 4 versions and then you can choose whichever version you like, or you can rerun it if you see that little rerun button underneath. So we'll
Mm.
see what Canva's done. See, there we go. So there we've got a real sandwich
Yeah.
and it's spinning.
And you could take the background out of that as well.
I'm not sure we can, but we could try. It's going to take a while, isn't it? Leave
Yeah.
it to do its thing. Let's go back to Midjourney. See what Midjourney's come up with for this cat. So there we
And
go.
then,
It's just at 60%, but it's obviously going to be, I think that's going to be a cat spinning.
yeah,
Maybe we needed to give it a bit more,
76%.
yeah,
Mm. Oh, that's really good.
yeah. See if it comes up.
And
Because there's another way that we can do it.
oh,
If we
okay.
want a specific movement, say for example, because at the moment what Midjourney's doing, oh, excuse me,
Oh, that's cute.
yeah. So we could do it this way, where we've got the image. So there's our original image, and then we can send it to the
Mm.
image button there, use. So it comes up at the top as the image. And if we click the little film button, so it says start frame, ending frame. So we could just say the cat dancing. Oh, okay. Let's just try something a little bit silly. Doing the
Chicken
floss.
dance. Oh, the
God
first.
knows what it will do. God knows what it will do.
I love it.
Right. And we'll go back to Canva while that's loading.
Yeah.
See what it does. So there we go. Let's have a look at, yeah, we've got the background removed from our
Yeah.
little sandwich and it rotates. But like you can see with Canva, it's only one option, isn't
Yeah.
it? Whereas with Midjourney, we've
Yeah.
got multiple options. But I am also aware that Midjourney is quite expensive.
Yeah. I think too,
Yeah.
like I'd like to do a little bit more playing with the Canva one because they've brought in some other apps that are connected to Canva as well that you can use.
Yeah, because
Which I've used before. Like so you
you've
can
got the
make like
affinity.
cartoons, you make all sorts of things.
Yeah, you've got the affinity now as well. So I don't know how they're going to integrate that into Canva.
Right.
But Affinity is basically like a cheaper version of Photoshop. So
Oh,
in
right.
theory, Adobe
Yeah.
is like the lead, isn't it? So hopefully they'll
Yeah.
come up with something
Oh,
amazing. And the only other thing that I wanted to just show you before is that Bing, if you go onto the Bing website,
yeah.
um, you can go into images on Bing, and as long as you've got an account, you can create your own clip art for free.
All right.
So if we just put in something like watercolor gingerbread cat, we'll make sure it's isolated because if we're using it to remove the background, then we want it isolated on a white background because it just makes it easier for Canva to detect where the background is. And it's going to ask me to sign in. That's just typical, isn't it? But if I try and sign in, Leanne, it will ask me like what my password is, and I'll be
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
oh
yeah. No,
no.
you can always do that on video.
Yeah.
No, that's really
But
good. So
yeah, so you've got different options there as well
looks
with
like you
Bing.
make
So
gifts as well. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So you can go into the it's linked up with ChatGTP. It's linked up with
Mm.
Dali as well. So you can different designs. Here we've got some examples of
Oh,
different things
wow.
that we can do. There's a video as well. The
Yeah.
fox, yeah. Um,
The bee.
and then
Oh,
I'll
amazing.
just, yeah, the bee's lovely, isn't it? I'll just quickly go back to Mid Journey
Yeah,
and
we
see
want
what
to see
this
the little
cat's doing.
flossing. Oh, no. Oh, so cute.
And we've got this one. Different things, isn't it?
Oh, isn't it beautiful? Oh my goodness.
And you can download it in the same way as you would do a clip art. But yeah, there's also what you could do with that, isn't
That's just fantastic.
there?
Oh, goodness.
Okay.
I just tried to do the ka-ching on here, but it's not doing it. Ka-ching. That's fantastic. You've done a great job, Claire. Thank you so much for sharing that with
You're
us.
welcome. And
Yeah.
if there's any questions or anybody wants to ask me anything in the community, then I don't mind helping anybody.
Yeah, that's great. Thank you so much. I'm going to stop the recording now and
Okay.
we will put this up as soon as I'll probably have to change things around a little bit and then get it up on in the classroom as a free course.
Sorry.
And I'll
Yeah.
also give you the webinar as well, Claire, so that you can pop it
Yeah.
on your own community as well, because that's what we're about. We're about supporting each other. So this is
Yeah.
fantastic. Right, I'm stopping right now.